this segment, we will demonstrate how to apply one-color monomer liquid and polymer powder nail enhancements over tips and on natural nails. This type of enhancement is created using a single color powder. It's perfect for clients who wear nail polish all the time. First, perform the pre-service procedure. Start by pushing back the cuticle. Use a cotton-tipped wooden or metal pusher to gently push back the eponychium. Then, carefully remove excess cuticle tissue from the nail plate. If you are applying nail tips, use a 180 grit abrasive or higher to shape the free edges of the natural nails so they match the shape of the nail tip to the stop point. Now, gently remove the surface shine on the natural nail with a medium to fine 240 grit abrasive. Take care not to overfile the nail plate. Use a clean, dry nail brush to remove any dust from filing. Then, cleanse the nails with a surface cleanser and lint-free wipe. Now, apply a nail dehydrator to the nails, beginning with the little finger on the left hand and working towards the thumb.
Once you've prepped the nails, be careful not to touch them again. Doing so may deposit oils from your own fingers and degrade the cleanliness of the client's nails.
If your client requires nail tips, apply them according to the nail tip application procedure. Cut the tips to the desired length and shape. Now that you've prepped the nail surface, apply primer according to the manufacturer's directions, only to the exposed natural nail and not on the tips if they are used. Be sure to allow the primer to dry thoroughly. Acid-based primer will dry to a chalky white, whereas acid-free primer will be sticky and shiny when it dries.
You want to be very careful not to let the primer touch the client's skin. Since primer is fluid, if too much is applied to the nail, it can run down the lateral folds of the nail and get underneath the nail. If the chemicals in the primer get trapped near the hyponychium for a long time, this can lead to an allergic reaction or even damage the hyponychium seal, which is what holds the nail to the nail bed. To avoid this, make sure you release all excess primer from the brush before touching the brush to the nail plate.
Prepare the monomer liquid and polymer powder by pouring them into separate dappen dishes.
The best brush to use for monomer liquid and polymer powder nail enhancements is a natural hair brush made of sable, Kolinsky, or a blend of the two. These hairs naturally absorb liquid to ensure your brush is able to hold the monomer. The cuticle on these hairs are very tight and smooth, so the wet polymer slides off the brush easily and the product does not get stuck in the hairs. Be sure to wipe your brush in one direction when cleaning it on your table towel. Using a back and forth motion can break the hairs off at the ferrule. If you take great care of your brush by gently removing all of the polymer powder from it after each use and bring it to a sharp point before storing, a good quality Kolinsky sable brush can last 5 or more years.
Dip the brush into the monomer liquid and gently release excess liquid on the edge of the dish. This will give you the correct amount of monomer needed to pick up a perfect polymer powder bead. Dip the tip of the brush into the polymer powder to pick up a bead of product.
Remember, the perfect bead should be round and shiny. For this procedure, you want your bead to have a medium to dry consistency. It shouldn't be running or wet. It should also be large enough to shape the entire free edge of the extension, or it may be easier to shape if you apply the free edge in 2 smaller beads.
Place the bead in the center of the free edge of the tip or natural nail and immediately wipe your brush gently on a lint-free disposable towel to remove any product left in the bristles. Bring the brush back to a perfect point. Now, using the middle portion or belly of your brush, press and smooth the bead to shape the enhancement's free edge. Don't paint the bead onto the nail. Use a pressing and smoothing motion to produce a more natural look. Avoid widening the tip of your brush beyond the natural width of the nail, and be sure to keep the sidewall lines parallel. Now, pick up a second bead. Place it on the nail plate below the first bead, next to the free edge line in the center of the nail. Immediately wipe your brush gently on a lint-free disposable towel to remove any product left in the bristles, and then bring the brush back to a perfect point. Again, using the middle portion or belly of your brush, press and smooth the second bead to the side walls, keeping the product very thin around the edges. Place a small bead near the base of the nail plate and tap the product up towards the eponychium. Be sure to leave a tiny free margin between the product and the skin. Immediately wipe your brush gently on a lint-free disposable towel to remove any product left in the bristles. Use your brush to press and smooth the bead over the nail plate. Glide the brush over the nail to smooth out imperfections.
Make sure you don't place the product too close to the skin, as this may lead to several complications. First, if the product touches the client's skin, the client could develop a skin irritation or an allergic reaction. Second, the closer the product is to the skin, the more difficult it will be to file or blend to make it level with the natural nail. Filing close to the skin increases the risk of irritating the client's skin or cutting her with your abrasive. If you can't blend the product down completely, it may lead to lifting.
Evaluate your work, and if needed, apply more product to create a smooth surface. Be sure to keep the product thin around the lateral folds and eponychium for a more natural-looking nail and to avoid lifting. Use a medium 180 to 150 grit abrasive to shape the free edge and remove any imperfections. Then, refine the surface with a medium to fine grit abrasive. Now, use a fine grit buffer on the nail enhancement until the entire surface is smooth. Remove any dust from the filing with a clean, dry nail brush. Apply nail oil to the skin around the enhancement and massage it in to speed penetration. Make sure the client washes her hands with soap and water at the hand washing station, or clean the nails over a finger bowl with a nail brush. Rinse the hands with clean water after washing to remove any soap residue. Dry the hands thoroughly. Apply hand cream and massage into the hand and arm. Refer to the hand and arm massage segment for step-by-step instructions. After completing the massage, remove all traces of the lotion and oil from the nail plate. Cleanse nails with a surface cleanser and lint-free wipe. Finish by polishing the nail enhancements. And present the finished look to your client. Now, perform the post-service procedure.